आज मेरा टॉपिक है प्रेजेंटेशन का ऑथेंटिकेशन एंड ऑथराइजेशन इन वेब एप्लीकेशन। बिफोर नोइंग इट व्हाट इज ऑथेंटिकेशन एंड ऑथराइजेशन, ये होता कब है वो पहले पता करते हैं। पहले जब भी कोई वेबसाइट में अपना लॉग इन करते हैं, आई मीन आईडी पासवर्ड डाल अकाउंट क्रिएट करते हैं, उसके बाद का प्रोसेस है ऑथेंटिकेशन एंड ऑथराइजेशन। जब हम लॉग इन करते हैं उसके बाद आता है। लेट्स इंट्रोडक्शन देखते हैं। व्हाट इज ऑथेंटिकेशन? इट इज नथिंग बट अ process of verifying the identity of a user or a system. Example, login into a website with a username and password after creating user ID on that particular website. उसके बाद आता है authentication. अब authorization क्या होता है? नाम सुनने में it's very similar, authentication and authorization, but these two terms are very different with each other, but somehow related. Authentication determines what resources or action an authenticated user is permitted to access. After we log into website, then authorization comes in role. Authorization determines which file or which section you are allowed to view or not. Example, accessing admin only feature after login. This means if someone is logged in using admin ID, then if employee cannot access that admin page, this is what authorization comes play here. Importance of authentication and authorization are it provides security, data integration, and user trust. In terms of security, ensures that only legitimate user can access sensitive data and protect against unauthorized change or data breaches. And user trust build confidence in security of the application. It provide user oh that's not authentication method. What are the method of authentication? There I have listed basically 4 points, but there are a few more, but I haven't listed here. And one is password based authentication. It is very common, and it can be decoded or it can be cracked by using brute force attack also. And multi-factor authentication, nowadays many big software or applications have been using this multi-factor authentication and zero auth open id connection. And the most common we use on our day-to-day life or in our mobile also, biometric authentication, where we use fingerprint or our face scanner to recognize that yes, I'm the authenticate and the user of this mobile, or I have the permission, that kind of. So these are the authentication method. Now get to another authorization model. There are basically three: RBCA, which stand for role-based access control, and ABCA, attribute-based access control, and DAC, district access control. In role-based access control, permission based on user role, example admin, editor, viewer roles, and ABCA, resource and environment based on resources and environment, and DCA resource owner have access over who can access their resources. Basically, this might be the new term, file sharing. Like when we upload our file on OneDrive or any drive, Google Drive, we all have used that. Yes, then if we share our link, then there is an option that who we can permit to access our file. There we need to choose. There are a few options that I remember, like those who have this link and everyone that is controlled by the user. This come under the third DCA authorization. Who can access my file on OneDrive? If taking that example. Now basically we know what is authentication and what authorization in defined manner. Now in main and term, we can say that authentication means who are you, And what is authorization mean? What you can do on that page and what you can view in other simple way. Basically, authentication, who are you? And authorization, what you can do. This simple base two term, this two sentence, if you remember that, I don't think ever we would have problem on this. And the relationship between these three are authentication must come before authorization. As I told you earlier, authentication comes first and then after authorization comes. Example, let's start an example. After login, authentication, your access to resource authorization is determined. I mean, after login, that that comes and there comes authentication. And after you log in successfully, then what file you are allowed to view and what not, that comes under authorization. I think this must be enough for authentication and authorization difference. Now, I don't think ever anyone going to get confused. Implementation of authentication in web application are there are three types, basically three types that I know that I have listed here. Session-based authentication, token-based authentication, and zero mention. Session-based, token-based, and authentic zero auth 2.0. Basically, in this zero auth 2.0, we use nowadays very frequently. If we sign up on any new account, any website, then we have the option of email by email or by phone number or simply by using our Google account. Yes, that's the implementation part where we come under 0 or 2.0. One second. Hello? Oh yeah, session-based authentication. These are implemented using store user session data on the server side. And the token base are used JWT token, JSON token, which is very I must say, commonly used and implementing authorization in web application. Previously, we saw authentication, and this is authorization. How we can implement this? Basically, authorization is implemented using middleware in Express.js. Policy-based authorization, access control list (ACL). Basically, we use middleware frequently used in middleware, and this is how we can use this role based. These are the three. Moving to the next and best practice are a strong password policy we can use and regular update and we have to use HTTP and implement MFA and regular review permission and secure token. This means secure token basically means that the session of our cookies or token must be minimum as possible as. I mean, we can't keep that one token expiry date is like 7 days or above. The best practice is we should keep our time period as low as possible, like 1 hour, 5 hour, a day, maximum a day. That must not exceed more than that. And conclusion recap: authentication and authorization are crucial for securing application. Yeah, we all go through this, and I think we all agree with this. Implementing best practice and modern technology ensure robust security. Final thought: security is an ongoing process. Regular updates and review are essential. Basically, to be once once any we develop our website. That's all. If we have any, basically, what I want to say here is that time to time we have to update our security. We have to upgrade our security on the basis of uh, our we should keep improving our security patches. If there are vulnerability, we should fix that so that hacker wouldn't steal our data. That's all. Thank you. If you want, then I can show the implementation how authentication is basically done. It is our our project controller user. Basically, after creating, this is for new user. This is while you creating on our website new user, and now if you come to login, this is the process where we authenticate. Yes, authentication. You just send us, we fetch email and password basically. And if there is validate yes email is there, or if any both of anyone is missing, then we simply say file doesn't exist like that, and then we simply the password that has given by the user we keep it once again so that our in the database that we compare and less if that match then yes user is authenticated, and if the email and the password both are matched, then the yes user is the same that wants to try that wants to access our access is basically profile. This is how it is created authentication. So that's much for today. Wrapping up. Thank you.